Guys and girls, it's Usernamekate here, and I am here on a very cold day with VOGE's Rally 300. Now, MCN were not very polite about this bike in their review, but interestingly enough, there were 12 owners that leapt to the defence of this beast, saying, oh, the reviewer must have woke up on the wrong side of the bed. So I figured I'd take this out and formulate my own opinion on it. So if you're interested to hear what I think, then keep watching. So before I kick this video off, I just want to say a massive thank you to KD Motorcycles in Accrington, who have loaned me the VOGE Rally 300 for this review. Now, they supply KTMs, Kawasaki's, of course VOGE, and Royal Alloy. So if you are in the market for a new or used machine of those manufacturer makes, then definitely consider them. They're a great team and they're exceptionally helpful. So once again, thank you. Right, let's crack on with the vid. So this is one of the latest offerings from a manufacturer called VOGE. So this bike has a Chinese engine in it, but in my opinion it does look very similar to the Honda competitor's engine when you actually just look at it. Now, these bikes start at £3,799 plus on the road, so realistically you're looking more like £4,000, and you do actually get quite a lot for your money. Now, when it comes to the specification of this bike, I'm going to do that on the move, so if you keep watching, we'll cut to the riding. Right guys and girls, this is a proper first ride impressions on the VOGE Rally 300. Right guys, this has a seat height of 920mm, so please send me all the prayers. Jeez, look how tall it is. What a beast. Would you look at that? Okay. You got this. You haven't ever ridden anything as tall as this, but it won't be an issue because we've got a boss mentality. Right, let's get going. Off we pop. Okie dokie. Well, first thing that's very apparent to me is how comfy this bike is, ergo wise. We'll be turning left here, so having to stop at these lights will be a bit of a test. And foot down. Oh, there is a long drop to the ground, but we got this. We're all gravy. Okay, so the clutch is quite far out and it doesn't have adjustable levers, but we'll make do with our little baby hands. Okay, so it's definitely a bike that you gotta rev. Oh, we got a 6-speed gearbox. I wasn't quite expecting that. I thought we might have had something like a 5-speed with this. So, the brakes, you do have to throw a bit of an anchor out for them to stop. Let's go. First gear. Second gear, got to change into that second gear quite quick. So you have got to really rev it to get it to shift, but we are working with not much horsepower, so it is to be expected. I think sometimes you just got to stop for a minute and remind yourself that this is a £4,000 bike. 4,000! Okay, so the brakes obviously work much better when you apply both the front and rear. So if we talk about this bike, we have a 229cc Euro 5 single cylinder engine. Now it produces 28 brake horsepower at 9,000 revs, which is right at the top of the rev range, and it produces 25 newton meters of torque, and that's at approximately 6,000 RPM. It's a very cheap bike at basically £4,000 on the road. It comes in 3 colour options. We have black, we have blue and white, and we have yellow and grey. Now I'd say that the black is more grey than black, just so you're aware. Oh, it is a really, really tall bike, so if you do suffer from duck's disease like I do, that's little legs for people that haven't heard that before, then you will definitely struggle. I mean, it's not so bad because it does have an unladen weight of 152 kilograms, and when a bike is so light like that, sometimes you can get away with bikes being a little bit taller than usual. Same with if a bike's really, really heavy. As long as it's low, you can kind of manage it. So it's just about understanding that balance and how it's right for you. But yeah, so far with this bike, I feel like you have to do everything quite dramatically. Like if you want to move, you got to give it some revs. If you want to brake, you really got to step on that brake. So it comes as standard with this little screen, which is dead nice. A very, very simplistic dash also. In fact, I think we're going to be brave, you know. We're going to filter. Like I say, if you want it to move, you really got to rev it. The mirrors are lovely and big. They're quite a nice shape as well, nice design. So we have a 21-inch front because this is a rally. It is designed to dabble in the off-road. Oh gosh, we're going for it. Power! Okay, so we can answer that question. It's got overtaking power. I definitely wouldn't say it's like a super road focused bike in the sense that we've got that 21-inch front wheel. But yeah, so of course the direct competitor to this bike would be Honda's CRF Rally 300, and I think that bike comes in at £2,500 more than this. Now I haven't ridden that bike yet, and it would be really interesting to see what that engine is like. Again, it utilises a single cylinder, similar power figures. Oh, we got to stop, so I get on the brakes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and yeah, it's definitely good when you use that back brake, because when I set off and I was stopping, I was just using the front, and the front on its own, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't do too much. But yeah, I've stopped semi-comfortably. You know, I've got a tiptoe down and a huge bum scotchage. Technical term, guys, technical term. So there's not much with first gear. You got to get into second pretty quick. It's very short geared. Wow, look at this view. So if we take a look at the suspension on the front, we have 41mm upside downers, got a monoshock at the rear, of course. Oh, it's windy today. Take the next left, we're going to commit. We've got some Tim Sum tyres. Haven't heard of these before. Take the first exit. Oh, it's lovely here. Quite a noisy single for sure. Yeah, so obviously I don't have the Honda CRF300 Rally to compare it to, but I have read that quite a few owners believe that the suspension on this bike is better than on the Honda. Guys, if you have ridden both of these bikes, please feel free to put your opinions and thoughts in the comments, because I'm genuinely intrigued to know. But yeah, observations so far, definitely quite short geared, for sure. Now if we take a look at this dash, we have an LCD dash, we have the miles an hour quite big, we do have a gear indicator, which is quite a nice touch for such a cheap bike. Oh yeah, that brake is much better in conjunction with one another, with the back and the front. I know that is just the general rule of motorcycles, but it does make such a big difference from just using the front on this. Like normally the back brake just gives the front brake a bit of a helping hand, but if you're going to ride this, I definitely suggest applying both, always. So this bike has enduro foot pegs, it has switchable ABS as well, which you would really hope so from a bike designed to go off-road. I have to say, with these tyres and wheels on a handle in front, it's definitely not the most road focused handling bike, that's for sure. I mean, it's got a real skinny front, Tank size, we've got 11 litres, so I think a little bit less than the Honda, but still a decent size. You know, especially for an engine as kind of low powered as this. Now it doesn't have a fuel gauge, a fuel light does come on and then there or thereabouts, I'd say you've got about 20-25 mile, but I'd err on the side of caution at 20, just because nobody likes to run out. But yeah, so far from a comfort perspective, I don't have any complaints. It would be a bit nicer for me with my little hands if the levers were adjustable. I feel like that would help me out a lot in, I mean, it's not so bad on the road, but for me, if I was off-roading, I feel like I would need all the help I can get in terms of what I can feel with the clutch, feathering it and stuff. But most people don't have child hands like me. Lucky for them. I love that it's a bike that you proper got to rev. You gotta work for its power. So we're going right up here. This looks like it could be a bit of a gnarly junction for my little stumpers. For my little stumperoos. Thankfully, I think there's going to be, yes, great vision. We love that. Yeah, you gotta rev it. Come on, girl. Yeah, the handling when you turn, you feel the tyre like dip. It's quite wild. But again, it's just because it has such a slim profile to make it a rally bike or off-road bike or light green lane bike that it is. In fact, we'll put it in second gear so we can rev its knackers off. Go on. I think it sounds a lot noisier to me because I forgot my earplugs today, which isn't ideal. Oh, it does glide over big bumps, which is a nice benefit of that 21-inch front, just soaking them up. Take the next left onto Chipping Road. 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, we're clear. So I don't know what the road surface is going to be like down here, but we've got 3 miles of it. Oh, what a comfortable bike. Oh, it does soak up bumps. It soaks them up. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I'm actually quite enjoying this. I honestly thought I'd feel more vibrations from this bike. It's actually not that bad. Gravel on road just makes my bum a bit twitchy, because if you're falling off-road, it's usually a bit softer than tarmac. So we got lovely sport wheels with these. The engine actually looks pretty nice. I'll hopefully insert some close-up B-roll footage of it so you guys can see. But I suppose the proof of quality will be in time. That's why it would be really handy if any current owners of this bike could get involved and, you know, share your opinions on it, because you'll know this bike a lot better than me as a motor vlogger that jumps on a bike and gets to spend like 5 hours with a bike or so. You know, you'll get to know a bike much better. And you've spent your hard-earned dollar moolah on the bike. So if the things that, you know, don't float your boat, I'm sure you're going to be pretty vocal about it. And hopefully same with the good things about bikes as well, because it's like that. You go somewhere and you eat out and you have a bad meal, like, word spreads fast that you've had a bad meal, but you may have had 10 previous lovely meals there, you know, but that doesn't get shouted about. So yeah, good or bad, as owners, let us know what you think for prospective buyers who might be doing the research on the VOGE Rally 300. Oh, lots of gravel here. You don't really like it. No. Oh, look at the views, guys. Wow. Hey, we got wave. Woo-hoo. Take the next right. So what you do mean is follow the road round. That's exactly what you mean. Rev it, 7,000 RPM, shift up. 7,000, I think 7,000 is kind of a sweet spot for shifting up on the road. Any more kind of sounds like you're trying to blow the poor thing up, but any less I feel like you're doing yourself an injustice with power. And it's nice to be so high up and just see everything. Woohoo! On the brakes, yeah, when you learn that you have to be forceful with them, they're okay. They stop, they work. But again, £4,000 bike with a 2-year warranty. A 2-year warranty. Parts and labour warranty as well. It's a great cheap runaround for somebody, or for somebody that wants to dabble in the green lanes and, you know, isn't that confident. Because obviously I think if you're a bit more of a hardcore green laner or enduro person, you'd probably be looking more at like KTM stuff with, you know, proper adjustability on the suspension. Like, we don't have any adjustability on these front forks. However, for road riding, they're certainly set pretty plush. So yeah, guys, so far I'm actually quite enjoying this. From a first ride perspective, don't get me wrong, it doesn't have a lot of features like a lot more expensive bikes, but then again, it's built to a price, and it's a price that's mega accessible, especially for somebody who's on finance. Now, I know there's a lot of worry about quality of Chinese components and stuff like that, but Chris was telling me that they have a press bike in at KD Motorcycles of VOGE that's done 7,000 miles, and he said it looks awesome, and the only real problems that you can see with it are just where like legs have been rubbing on plastic and there's like a bit of plastic scratching, but he said other than that it looks pretty tip top. So yeah, if I could summarise this pretty quickly, I would say handling is doable and competent. Obviously it isn't incredible at handling the roads because it has a big 21-inch front and tyres that aren't super road focused, but it can handle its own. Like, you know, we've ridden all these country lanes, you've seen it. Yeah, it does feel a bit like droppy off a cliff with a tyre, but that's just the wheel size and obviously probably down to the profile of the tyre, but it is manageable and it's still fun. Brakes, if you apply both at the same time, they do have a fair bit of stopping power, much more so than just the front in isolation. I wouldn't even bother just doing the front in isolation. And then suspension, for my weight, I mean, it probably doesn't even register that I'm on it because what these are usually set up for. But I find this real nice, actually quite plushy. Oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. As the day has gone on, I'm bonding with it more. I really, really like it. I'd go as far as to say that I'd probably own one. The screen is great, I get no buffeting. But no, it can carry some speed, 65, 66, 70. I know we're not doing 70, so that's why I'm happy to say it. It's probably more like 65, I reckon, on the speedo. And it is a little bit buzzy at these speeds, but it's giving it a go. Wow, the scenery here is breathtaking. But no, this is a right fun thing. As some of you guys are aware, I am a 5'4" individual with a 29-inch inside leg measurement or inseam, depending on what you call it. Now this bike has a seat height of 920mm. So this is what it's like for me to sit on this bike. If we take it off the stand, I really got to commit to putting my foot on the floor. But I mean, I'm quite lucky because there are a few rocks here, so it's making me feel a bit taller than I am. But yes, this is what it's like, tiptoe, and if I put a foot flat on the other side, this is how my leg dangles on the other side, if that makes sense. So it's quite tall and you just have to boss it and be confident with it if you're quite short in the leg. However, the beauty of this thing is it doesn't weigh barely anything. We're just a smidge over 150 kilograms unladen, and you can really tell when you're trying to shuffle your bum around. It doesn't feel like there's so much weight. We've got an 11 litre tank, so we're going to fit 11 litres in there. That's going to add a bit of weight, but nothing dramatic. And yeah, just got to learn the art of the bum shuffle. But yeah, sorry, it's perched precariously on a rock there, but that's what it's like for me to sit on. Right everybody, so that concludes my road ride on the VOGE Rally 300, and what a surprise it's been. Honestly, for £4,000 on the road, I think it is phenomenal value for what you get. The ride is mega comfy, the ergonomics are brilliant, just the way the bars are and the pegs, it's great. I mean, albeit it's a little bit tall for somebody like me with stumpy little legs, but I've actually been making it work on the road today, so yeah, it's given me a bit of confidence that maybe I could potentially take it to do a little bit of green lane, and you know, why not? And hopefully I'll be getting one of these along with Mike so that we can actually, you know, do some trips, put some miles on. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. So once I kind of got my head round the height of it, and obviously I have to think about where I park, because if I'm on a slope like this and the stand's this way, I haven't got the in me to get it up off the stand. But then I'll just hop off it and it's light enough to push around. So yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised. It's been great. This screen looks great. The dash, you know, it's an LCD dash. It's not state-of-the-art tech. But then I have to keep reminding myself, £4,000, 2-year warranty. What's not to like? So in my opinion, was MCN being harsh on this bike? I kind of feel like I agree with the owners to a degree, because yeah, how the reviewer judged that bike, if it was much more expensive and on par with the Honda at £2,500 more, then yeah, I feel like you could definitely criticise some things like a bit of vagueness, you know, on the handling and the twisties, mainly due to that tyre and the front wheel. Or you could criticise that, you know, the brakes aren't phenomenal on the front. But if you're paying £2,500 more, you'd expect the brakes to be a bit better on the front. And you'd expect maybe some, you know, recognised branded tyres instead of Timsun, I think they are. Let's have a look. Timsun. Whoever Timsun is. Hi. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this vlog, this little walk round, this little ride review. Yeah, for £4,000, I think it is quite an impressive machine, and 2 years warranty as well, and for what you'll probably spend on it, it's still not going to be anywhere near as much as its competitors. But yeah, I've had a great time on this. I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, please consider hitting that subscribe button. There will be a lot more content to come on these bikes when me and Mike take a pair of them off somewhere. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Right guys, I will love you and leave you, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.